Sports.
The 88th Battle of Ohio. The Bengals have won 5 straight against the rivals from Cleveland, but both teams have yet to register a single win this year. Today, one of those teams will walk away with the W. The Browns have not won at home against the Bengals since September of 2013. We were scoreless in the first, so we start in the second. Andy Dalton with a perfect thrown fade to A.J. Green. The 7-yard strike gives the Bengals a 7-0 lead. A little over 2.5 to go in the half. Dalton, this time to Tyler Kroft for another touchdown. The Red Rifle 14 of 15 throwing so far as the Bengals lead 14-0. They weren't done yet. Under a minute to go, Dalton out of the gun, quickly dumping to Giovanni Bernard, and he has room and some blockers. 61 yards to the house. The Bengals on top of the Browns by 21 at the break. Late in the third, Dalton and the Bengals staying hot. Some play action to Kroft. Once again, Kroft only had 1 career touchdown catch entering today, and you can tally on 2 more for the Rutgers alum. Bengals all over the Browns. However, Cleveland does avoid the shutout. Late in the fourth, Duke Johnson does score from 1 yard out. A moral victory for the Browns, but the real victory belonged to Cincinnati. The Bengals win 31-7, making it 6 in a row against the Browns and setting the longest streak of wins in the Battle of Ohio.
Well, you can't win 2 until you win 1, so that's what I keep telling them. You know, we can't, all we can do is 1 at a time. Now we got to move on and get ready for the Bills.
This was the next one on the schedule, and we wanted to do whatever we could to get a win. And, for us, we were able to do that today. We felt like we got into a good rhythm and moved the ball well. Defense played great and did well on special teams. So, good team win. We needed it.
Countless amount of hours and effort into this sport to be able to execute things that we do regularly throughout practice, throughout training camp, OTAs, all the time that we spend, and to come out here and not feel that same success that you can feel in practice does become a little frustrating.
Well, we got beat pretty soundly in every phase. But like I told our team, that's the first quarter of the season. That's not how we want to play or how we're going to continue to play. We understand we got some work to do. Nobody's going to drop their head or get mad. I mean, the only people that can fix this is the people in that room. We got work to do. We understand it. Give credit to Cincinnati, they played well, and we didn't.
The Lions traveling to Minnesota for their first division matchup against the Vikings. Lions trailing by 1 in the third. Rookie running back Dalvin Cook rushes up the middle, but Tavon Wilson puts his helmet on the ball, forcing the fumble. Lions recover, but things not looking good for Dalvin Cook as he has to exit the game with an apparent knee injury. Tough break for the rookie, hoping he's all right. The Lions do take advantage of the turnover. Amir Abdullah being patient, turning his legs, reaching, stretching, using every bit of strength he has to cross the plane. The Lions go up 14-7 after the 2-point conversion. Late in the fourth, the Vikings have a chance. Case Keenum going to Adam Thielen, but the ball is punched out by Glover Quinn and recovered by Taron Whitehead. The Lions defense securing the victory. Lions win 14-7 and are tied with the Packers for the division lead.
We've been playing good defense, except for, we had a little sort of a hiccup, in the last ball game a little bit. But other than that, our guys have been hanging in there, doing a good job. But we've been taking the ball away. I think that's one of the things that made a tremendous difference there, that we were able to cause some havoc there with our guys, knocking the ball loose. And that made a big difference in the game.
Back to the AFC North. Finley grad Ben Roethlisberger ready against the rival Ravens. Closing minute of the first half, Ben Roethlisberger pumps, then finds Juju Smith-Schuster drifting across the middle of the field. Going in untouched, Steelers lead 19-0 after missing the 2-point conversion. Pittsburgh leading from the get-go. Roethlisberger handing off to his reliable running back Le'Veon Bell to put the nail in the coffin. Steelers win 26-9. Big Ben 18 of 30 for 216 yards and a touchdown, only throwing 1 INT. Ohio State's Ezekiel Elliott ready to feast on the Rams in Jerry World. Second quarter, Dak Prescott checking down to Elliott. Clean catch. Watch him go ahead and shed a tackler, then diving for the end zone. The Buckeye alum rushes 21 times for 85 yards and a touchdown, but the Cowboys lose 35-30. And here's the latest on the college football polls. There is no change in the top 4. Alabama remains the #1 team in college football, followed by Clemson, Oklahoma, and Penn State. The biggest shift we see is USC dropping from 5th to 14th. The Trojans losing to Washington State over the weekend. Michigan also climbs up a spot from 8th to 7th. The Wolverines making a move on a bye week. The top 10 is filled out by TCU, Wisconsin, and Ohio State. Wisconsin also moving up despite being on a bye week. After delivering a beat down to Rutgers last night, the Buckeyes cracked the top 10, and Notre Dame sits just outside of the top 20, the Fighting Irish crushing Miami of Ohio and moving into the 21st position. Our Basement Doctor Play of the Week comes from the European form of football, and it happened yesterday when the LCC girls soccer team hit the road to take on Ottoville. 19th minute, Avery Rocket Rice on the corner kick, and watch her bend it like like Beckham. The ball goes in untouched. I'll bring it back to you so you can watch the beautiful click in all of its glory. The Rocket putting the perfect touch to curve it right into the back of the net. Tough to do, especially from that angle. LCC goes on to win the match 2-0. Now that we have all the football out of our system, let's take a quick break. But when we come back, it's the final day of baseball season right after this quick timeout. Welcome back. Game 162. Yes, as the month of October begins, the regular season of baseball comes to an end. The Indians have had a historic season thus far and look to end their game on a high note. Bottom of the first with the bases juiced. Indian strike. Jay Bruce singles on a sharp line drive to right field. Francisco Lindor and Jason Kipnis come on in from second and third. Indians take a 2-0 lead and they go on to win 3-1. The Reds playing for pride their last game against the defending World Series champs. First inning, Anthony Rizzo belts one out to left field, but that's where Adam Duvall checks in every day. Great defense from the Reds early on. To the fourth, Duvall with the runner on third, doubling down the third baseline. Joey Votto trots on in. Reds lead 1-0, and then in the sixth with runners on the corners, Scooter Gennett delivers. With a shot to right field, Duvall makes it 2-0. Reds go on to win their last game of the season 3-1. The Tigers also trying to end the season with the win. Top of the third, Alex Presley takes the offering and sends it just over the right field wall. Tigers tying the game at 1 apiece, but the Twins score 4 unanswered runs. Tigers fall 5-1.
Yeah, I was at least really hoping that they would end the season on a good note.
Yeah, it would have been nice, and it would have been even nicer if they were playing for a playoff spot.
Speaking of the playoffs, when do those start?
The playoffs start tomorrow. That would be the Twins versus the Yankees, and whoever wins that gets the Indians.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, John. We'll be right back.